Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Codex Chaoticum here on the Halfling Wizard channel. My name is Riku. I am your dungeon master for tonight. Yes, I have taken over. Mwahahaha. No, so if you don't know what the Codex Chaoticum is, this is a series of one-shots and short shots that are going to be run here on the channel by various DMs in the community or cast members. You might see some familiar faces up here in the Dungeon Master chair, but tonight you have me. If you don't recognize me, I play Ketek on Wind Riders of Aria. So if you've been watching that, now you get to see my side of the chaos. I see everyone talking about the intro. For some reason, my computer decided not to show me the intro. It sounds so cool, and so hopefully next time I'll be able to actually watch it along with you. I heard it's really awesome. But you know who else is really awesome? It is the players I have with me to go on this crazy adventure. So why don't we go around and introduce ourselves real quick? Just name, pronouns, and what are you excited most about for this campaign? So, Kel, why don't we get started with you? Kel, I think you're muted.
I double muted myself. God damn it. Anyway, besides me apparently being an idiot with technology like I am sometimes, I'm Kel, also known as Celtic Wyvern King. One thing I'm kind of looking forward to is just having fun playing stuff I normally want to play. Thanks, Nick. Classic Kel, thanks. I'll remember that for our Stargate game. But just seeing that, especially because I'm playing a class I've only played once and didn't really get to do too much because sadly real life made me drop that campaign. So it's gonna be interesting to see how I go with this time around.
Fantastic. Next up, we have Caleb.
All right. Hello. Can everybody hear me? Awesome. My name's Caleb. Been playing D&D for a while now, both as a player and as a DM. Thing I'm most excited about, because I heard that there was going to be roguelike mechanics in this short shot that we're doing. I love roguelikes with by the likes of like Hades, like video games, Enter the Gungeon and whatnot. And I've known Will for a long time, and I think this is the first time I'm getting involved in a D&D thing that he's a part of, even if he's just producing. But really excited.
Yeah, I see him down below me, just watching over us as the overlord that he is. Okay. Next up, we have Lee.
Hi. You can call me Lee. You can call me Jess. You can call me whatever you want to. I'm ThriftStoreHorror22 on Instagram and TikTok. Known Will for a few years now. He very politely played the Fonzie principal in our production of Beanie Boo Scream. So I really appreciated that, and he's been a lot of fun to work with. Currently, I'm playing as Prezira with the feathers. So this will be my second. Patience would be appreciated.
No worries at all. No worries at all. We're all here to learn, and we're all here to have fun. That's the biggest thing. So, all right. Next up, Sarah.
Hi, I hope everyone can hear me. Sarah, pronoun she, her. Like Caleb, I've also known Will in person a long time, and this is my first time getting to play in any sort of produced thing by him. And also my first time doing any sort of streaming D&D, so that's going to be a fun adventure, and I'm excited about that. I'm also excited really about getting to do puzzles. I feel like I end up in a lot of role play heavy games, and sometimes it's nice to play a game that's just more puzzles and hitting people with a big stick.
Fantastic. And last up for now, Old Wormslayer.
Hello, everybody. This is Old Wormslayer. You periodically see me on here playing Gath Freddy in the Wind Riders of Asteria Aria there campaign. I will be once everything gets up and going playing Lava the Furbolg Rogue. And this will be interesting, especially with people I haven't played with yet.
Fantastic. And yeah, I'm excited to have a lot of new faces here at the table for me as well. We do have one more player, Connor. He'll be joining us as soon as he gets home from work. So that'll be really excited to bring him in and enjoy the chaos that is this game. So today is our session 0. So this is a way for us to get a chance to help create your characters, get a chance to get to know the story a little bit and get ready for what's about to behold. And of course, our overlord is telling us to make sure we hydrate in the chat. So get your water, get some hydrate. I don't have water. All I have is my dinner. So remember, hydrate or dihydrate. Anywho, so as a little bit of a background to this, first and foremost, this is a module that I found in D&D magazine called the Crucible magazine. This was part of their I think issue number 3. This was published in there. And what really intrigued me about it is, as Caleb, you mentioned, the roguelike elements of the campaign. I've gotten to run this a couple times already in different formats. This is going to be the first time I do it this way, and how we're going to be doing leveling and such like that. It is very puzzle based. It's very combat based. It's also very much information gathering, trying to figure out how to get through stuff and maybe even get through stuff faster. So I'm really, really interested to see the approaches you all take within this. The basic story is the Djinn of this lamp, of this magic lamp, has been basically trapped in his own lamp. And it'll be up to your group to figure out how to set him free, and figure out who's keeping him trapped here. So it's a lot around, that's the main premise of all of this going on. Just like in a roguelike, death is not final. So don't be afraid to take those risks. When you do die, you just, reset at the start. And I actually created a bit of a rubric of how I'm going to level you all up, and you'll be leveling up actually pretty quickly. Depending on how far you get in the lamp and what you discover. So this is going to be the shortest campaign that you go from level 5 to level 15. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and you get to try out some really fun stuff with it too.
Don't pull a Leroy Jenkins.
Say that again. Sorry.
Don't pull a Leroy Jenkins.
Sometimes you might need to. Sometimes you might need to. Sometimes some of the different areas within this are very interesting with how you have to overcome it and how you have to get through certain puzzles or certain combat encounters. So I'm very interested to see how y'all do. But of course, we will. In the chat, Matt Hatter said, "Will level ups occur during a run or after you finish a room or once you reset?" Level ups are going to be happening when you reset. So essentially, all of that experience that you're not actually experience leveling. Experience leveling is the devil. Basically gets banked, and then you basically level up once you reset. So there might be times like you might level up 2 levels in once, so that might be fun. The goal is to get through this lamp in the least amount of tries or at the lowest level. Let's see how you do. So one of the big parts about this is getting to know y'all's characters. Like I said, this isn't a heavy role play type game, but that doesn't mean you can't have moments between each other. One thing to note about your group has known each other for quite some time. You have been adventuring for some time. You came across this lamp on one of your adventures, was a piece of loot that you found. And I'm gonna say randomly and not so randomly that Kel accidentally rubbed it, and that's how you all got trapped in here.
I mean, that's kind of on track with a 10 intelligence and wisdom, so.
You'll also learn I like to pick on Kel sometimes. We have a little bit of rivalry from other games.
Oh yeah,
It's a
it's like a
running
whole legless
gag.
Gimli bit.
Yeah. Although now, we'll just redeem the PvP compliment. So actually, Kel, just to kick us off, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character and what you're thinking about doing for this campaign, for this little short shot?
Yeah, so I'll be playing Gortusk, a Minotaur totem barbarian. And he's really just out in the world to see, like, you know what, I want to fight all, like, think Goku is like, I just want to fight. But he's not going to put himself out of his way to help people, though. So it's more so Vegeta, like early Vegeta.
Oh, beat anything up that you find.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Considering almost every part of my, whether it's my hands, my horns, or my weapons, I'm going to find something to beat someone with.
Except for Nappa, because he was the big dumb brute.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, I would say dumb because, again, 10's Elden. He's average.
Yep. Cool. So you're playing a barbarian. Basically the muscle of the group, it seems like, for this.
Oh yeah.
I guess just to say right out, any questions you have flat out about what you might need to prepare for your character?
And not really, because got all of his stuff set up. I mean, hell, he's probably more armed than most of the party. I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different attacks I can make. Because I got, including unarmed and my horns, I got 6 different weapons.
So when I swarm you with a bunch of little monsters, you'll be able to punch them all at once. Cool, awesome.
Or at the very least, throw one at someone else in the party.
Yeah, that works. Fantastic. Awesome. All right. Caleb, why don't you tell us about what you're thinking with your character?
All right. So I'm going to be playing a tiefling bard named Chasseur Moncrief. He's a bit of a dastardly sort, but mostly in a like lighthearted way. I would say, if anything, if Gortusk was the one that rubbed the lamp and trapped all of us, Chasseur was probably the one encouraging him to do it. So he's a College of Swords bard, so I have classic rapier and just a nice assortment of spells with both damage and utility. But Chasseur is just kind of like a kind of a trickstery type guy, and is also one to rush into battle. He's very braggadocious and thinks very highly of himself.
How is he at escape rooms?
He always thinks he knows the right answer and accidentally stumbles upon it.
Is he
like
one
it's by complete it is not for his like actual skill or anything, because he's quite charming, but intelligence and wisdom are right there at like I think 11 for both of them. So he's not necessarily the brightest, but he can charm his way out of a situation as equally as he can probably threaten his way out.
Okay. I don't think threatening is going to help as much in this. I will warn you. But you could, as they say, you could certainly try. But cool. Like that's gonna be actually a really fun character. I could see some shenanigans between all y'all. You could feel free. Like I said, even if there's no like real role play between like the NPCs or folks that you might meet, you can feel free to still role play between yourselves and have fun and mess with each other and all that stuff. The more chaos, the better. So I love chaos. So cool. So Lee, how about you? What are you thinking about for your character?
Oh, flag on the play. I was going to make Magisa, so that way everybody can call her Mags, the Eladrin Bard. I don't know how often that's a good idea to have 2 bards in one campaign, but so I'm willing to adjust that if needed. But my thought was she's an ex-courtesan, so she's obviously going to rely on charm, charisma, and she's going to be quite good at it. So that was kind of where I was at with her so far.
2 bards can be fun. Like I'm never against playing around with party compositions or having fun with things. I'm actually going to be campaigning, doing a one-shot campaign with a bunch of friends. Obviously all theater folks, which means we're playing Oops All Bards. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So just because somebody else took a class doesn't mean you don't have to. So have fun with it. I would love to see having 2 different flavors of bards going at it.
No, it could be fun. It's just I know bards are a handful, so I don't know if I didn't know if more than one was going to be good in this situation.
Bards are only a handful if they're the same college.
We won't be. No, we won't do that. We won't do that.
Yeah, because that's what I say about the different flavors of bard. You have all sorts of utility between the 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll talk about that. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Anything, any of the, so for folks at home, we are starting at level 5. Is there any specific college or way you're thinking about for your bard, or where you would like to see them go?
Yeah, let me get back in there. I think that the one I was going with was College of Glamour, simply because I think it fit in well with the race that I went with.
Okay.
Let me double check.
I like that one.
So, yeah, I think that's the one I'm going with Glamour's Glamour. So.
Which is fine. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, and having that kind of, because we have 2 folks who are very combat oriented, so having somebody more with those smarts and charms is a good balance, even as a bard, comparatively. So I think that's going to be an awesome idea to do, and I just love the Eladrin, to be honest, as a race. It can be a lot of fun to play with. So that's going to be a really, really fun, fun class. So definitely looking forward to talking to you a little bit more about it.
Awesome.
Cool. Sarah, how about you? What are you thinking?
I didn't want to.
Sarah, we can't hear you right now. You might still be muted. No, still can't hear you. Oh no. Yeah, gotta love tech. We'll so Sarah, we'll get back to you once we can figure out tech issues and such. Old Worm Slayer, how about you? What are you thinking for your character?
Well, Lava is a inquisitive rogue, so he's going to be focusing around the finding the clues and trying to help solve the puzzles. He's not going to be the brawn, but he's going to be somewhat the brains. Assuming Sarah isn't playing like a higher intelligence character or something like that. But he's definitely going to be a wise ass.
Which is always fun. So when Lava walks into a room and just sees a big red button that says "Do not touch," is he gonna touch it?
No, but he's going to try to keep the barbarian from touching it. Because we all know that barbarian will be like, "Oh, what does this button do?" Well, Caleb's touch it. Like, no.
Because of course, Chaunter is gonna try to beat a devil on the shoulder during that. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, and that's one thing I like about a lot of the puzzles here is that it's not just in the room, but it's also room to room sometimes. Sometimes you might want to reset just to figure out a puzzle. So you never know. But no, that sounds really cool. Anything else we should know about that? About your character to be aware of, or to warn me about?
Let's see. He is a bit on the squishy side, but
And stand back. Avoid the squishy room.
And don't let the barbarian hug me.
Well, he's a minotaur, right? So
yeah, minotaur barbarians. Their hugs are usually squeezing.
We could probably ride him too. So just ride him into battle.
That would be kind of awkward considering we're roughly the same size.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Still medium. I was going to say, Minotaurs are still medium, not large.
Fair.
And apparently you got a Bardic Riku.
I got a Bardic inspiration for my DM. Oh, no.
Yeah, Lisa gave it to you.
Oh, no. That could be dangerous. Cool. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh. I'm really good at being sneaky. There we go.
That could help.
I can make myself invisible.
Cool. Sarah, do we think we got sound now?
I'm checking.
Yes.
If you can hear me, then yes.
Yes.
We can hear you now that the sound is working.
Yay! So sorry.
I blame Elon
We
Musk.
love technology when it works. For many things.
Awesome.
Many such cases.
So
sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
My character, is Senna. Anyone who's ever played with me will tell you that me playing like a fallen Aasimar Hexblade Warlock. Am I still there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. anyone who's ever played with me will tell you that this particular character is very boring for me, but I wanted to play something I was comfortable with. So I've gone with kind of like a Fallen Asmar Hexblade Warlock, because that's a particular combat dynamic that I know very, very intimately. And there's so much fun you can have with flavor on that. She's very talkative and goofy and incredibly charismatic, but in an incredibly different way than Chaucer, where I think she just catches people off guard with how joyful she is. And she just feels like she has a lot of things to prove. So I think she tries to talk all the time to distract everyone from how bad she is at things.
Cool. Let's see. No, that's always fun. And playing something you're comfortable with is not. I think it's still going to be fun. I know a few folks in this group that is going to bring. I know that they've brought some fun out of me with certain situations. I'm sure it's going to be you're going to have a lot more, hopefully have a lot more fun with this character than maybe you've had in the past. But it's not bad to play something comfortable, especially with something you knew, with the type of environment that you're going to be in. And who knows, as you are going through, you might want to try something new. Again, this campaign, this little session is going to be a lot about being able to experiment and have fun with it. So, awesome. Anything else you want to let us know about your character, or any questions you might have right off the bat?
Right now, no. I'm good.
Awesome. Cool. Also, thank you to Lisa over in the chat for gifting a sub. Awesome. It's really great to see that, seeing our community grow here on the channel, as always, as well as them giving me ideas of what to give the audience power with in this little fun. If you've watched any of Will's other campaigns, there are a couple things that the chat can do to help you out. Given this campaign, there might be a few things that they might be able to. The chat is the trap here. So it's going to be interesting. I'll have to think of a few things to give to Will to put in as redeems for this specific thing. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Cool. So yeah, when it comes to your characters, I might do a little bit of adjustments in terms of just very minor things. Anything adjustments I make to your character sheets would be honestly just beneficial. So if I might end up just plopping another health potion on your character, or adjusting, maybe if you picked leather, I might just give you studded leather. Well, have fun with it. This is a way for you to have a lot of fun with these characters. So for those who are watching, I've already told the cast they're going to be able to start with at least 2 potions of health, as well as some money. When you do reset, you'll have a chance to do a little bit of shopping before you enter the cave again. So if you need to stock up on any items or want to take something, there will be a few chances to loot and get some more gear and such within the map. You can have fun with that. Broken builds are recommended. Like I said, enjoy what you're doing. I like the challenge too. If anyone has seen the first campaign that I did here in on stream, I remember I accidentally gave a level 2 character a legendary item. and it completely broke the game. So, Kel, ask Dakota about the tattoo I accidentally gave him.
I think he told us about it during our layer origins. It was it was a dragon claw.
Yeah,
Yeah, he told us about it during the pre-call or the pre-show call for Leia Origins a while ago.
yeah, it was a legendary tattoo that I randomly rolled for and gave to an NPC, and I didn't realize it was legendary until after the fact. Or actually until what's his name? Until Dakota actually told me that it was legendary. I was like, wait a minute, what? So be prepared for mistakes like that from me when I accidentally give you something overpowered for fun. So we'll see.
Well, it's not like you give any of us a Holy Avenger.
No.
Yeah. So also, question for the healing potion. What type of healing potion was it? Because there's a few different types.
Oh, it's just a standard potion of healing. Whatever the lowest is to start with.
That'd be greater. That's the uncommon one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no,
I can't figure about that. Clarify.
Yeah. So
I think he meant the basic.
yeah, no, I meant the base, the common one.
Yep. Okay.
But there will be chances to get the others. There will be a shop I will set up. Collect your gold. Cool. So let me just take a look at a couple different notes. Again, does anyone have it? As I'm looking at a couple things, does anyone have any questions or are wondering anything that, or even not just for me, but for each other about characters, about what maybe you should prepare for, or what you're thinking about for how your character is going to act in these situations, or even in the chat if anyone else has questions about your characters.
Are we there yet?
We're almost there. We're gonna we are almost there. I'm also gonna mention we will be using Foundry VTT for the tabletop for this. I am almost done completely setting it up. I just need to make sure that you all can actually get access to it as well. But there is some really awesome art in it. The folks over at the Mad Cartographer are some of the artists for the maps that you're going to see. So some really awesome custom made maps for these rooms will give you an idea of what is going on. We also have custom art for your big bad here that you can see. That is the big thing that you're looking forward to, a gigantic elemental. So this is going to be fun. But yeah, any other questions? Any questions at all? Or I'm actually curious. Now that you've heard a little bit about each other's characters, how do you see your character interacting with each other? Like, I'm curious to see. You've been adventuring in this party for quite some time. I'm curious to y'all to make up some relationships or friendships or frenemies or whatever between each other that you might have picked up along the way.
Well, off the bat, I think we may have already established one between Chaucer, Gortusk, and Lava, of just this like triad of like somebody about to push the button, somebody egging them on to push the button, and somebody pleading with them, please don't touch the button. So I think we got a cool little dynamic there already.
Yeah, because a lot of times Slava wanted to find out if there's traps associated with the button that might kill us. It's like, I don't want to die so young. I'm too pretty to die. Wait a minute, I'm too ugly to die. Whoops.
Sometimes a button will kill you. Sometimes it just goes clicky click. You know.
Yep.
You'll never
Just
know
like-
until you press it.
It's like a bench is a bench until it turns to a mimic. uh
Sorry, you just had me thinking. Wait a minute, is there a mimic in this?
It was a chaotic D6 redemption in Origins that came up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was mainly a joke for Lisa since she's watching, and Will.
How about Leah or Sarah? How about with your characters? Just thinking about them and how they might interact with this group of misfits.
I could picture quite a bit of impatience and annoyance coming off of my character for some of the shenanigans, for sure.
Come on, time is running out.
I would like to think the two bards will play off of each other, maybe not always in the nicest of ways, but that could be entertaining. Yeah, beyond that, I'm just gonna have to give that some thought.
Oh yeah. I will say, I'll give you a little preview to Connor's character just by what's it called? Now that I can map each of you to your characters here on D&D Beyond, he'll actually be playing a monk. So that'll be very interesting to see.
And not just
So
any
we'll
monk, but
have
a
two
regal.
wise men.
Well, he was also thinking about also being reborn. So
Which Reborn gets some fun stuff.
oh yeah. Y'all make characters and stuff that just give you just random random spells too, which is fun. Which is also very fun because I actually was able to figure out how to do the animations on the VTT, so you'll be just shooting off things all over the place.
Well, everyone else will. I won't.
Oh no, there's animations for the physical attacks too. So
Oh, okay.
that'll be fun. Sarah, how about you? What do you think of your newfound friends? Or friends with a question mark?
So while I was pondering this question, the audio that was playing in my head was the Marge Simpson audio that's like, I just think they're neat. I think that's how she feels. She's like, they're all so stupid in different ways, and I just think they're neat. Look at all my shiny friends.
I was gonna say, why do I get the feel because of that Sarah's kind of like the mom of the group now, like, or that like your character. That's what
That's what I am in real life too. So I feel like my real life friend group is called the Gaggle, and I'm Mother Goose. So it works.
Nice.
Oh, I mean, it's always fun to have. Always need a mom of the group. Need someone to keep everyone in line, but
We're a group of idiots with one of us having an intelligence of 14.
Yeah. I'm more interested in the perception side of things, except for yours, Old Worm Slayer. You just have your perception through the roof, so you're gonna just see everything.
There's a reason why when I'm made this character to take observant.
I can see the world.
Well, it was it just thematically made sense for an escape room type thing to have a high investigation and a high perception. So observant was just a given.
Yeah.
Unless you're Gortusk, in which case it's like, oh, I see a door, charge.
Yeah.
Nah,
Ooh.
I think when it comes to
After all, my passive perception just is slightly higher than my passive investigation.
I think when it comes to Gortusk, like how he's going to view the party is going like, okay, they're here. You know, they help type deal. He just wants to find things to fight. He doesn't care what they do.
Yeah.
But I think, especially because the way Caleb originally just described Chaucer, that he'll probably have kind of like a somewhat friendship, but not really friendship with him. So, question for Chaucer, because you said dashly. Please tell me he's got the whole mustache bit.
I usually do like a character voice for each of my characters, so I'm kind of still working on that. But...
oh, no, just when you said dashly, I just thought the whole being like twirling the mustache.
Yeah, like yes. That's an awfully strange-looking book over there on the shelf. Why don't you go pull it? Something like that.
Ooh, lordy. So
and if your verse is fun, it might get you into a fight.
Or a trap, or who knows what, or there is so much I want to go through with this. There are some really awesome encounters coming through this. I just want to say, just want to give this a little bit of background first, and then we're gonna go into Lisa's question in the chat about a little bit more about what your characters look like, and give us a little bit of a vision of what we're going to be seeing. But I've run this twice. The first time I ran it, instead of doing it how we're doing it now, I had them going into the lamp between missions and such, and just be like an off-time activity. And the gang, we didn't actually make it too far into the lamp before we stopped that campaign. But it was really interesting to see. The most interesting thing was the other time I ran it was in person. It was at a Mensa conference. So it was a bunch of folks a lot of folks who have never played D&D before, but were very into board games and rules and that kind of stuff. So that was a very interesting thing. That for them, since we only had one day to play, I started them all off at level 15 and just said, hey, let's see how far you can get through it. It was interesting seeing them go through some of these puzzles and how interesting it has all been. So I'm really excited to see that's what really intrigues me about this campaign, is my own mind of seeing how you all do. I am not a certified genius, Lisa. I was invited there by friends who are members of Mensa. I felt, I don't know how to describe it, but it was definitely an interesting adventure. It was fun. I will say that there are some really awesome people, and they know how to party. I will tell you that. Holy crap. But yeah, it was very interesting to see how different types of people completed this. Connor, welcome. You made it. Yay. I hope things weren't so terrible with work and such. Welcome.
Thank you. You remember when I was like, oh yeah, 8 p.m. Central Time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how time zones work. Because you're 2 hours ahead of me instead of 1 hour ahead of me. So that was my bad.
Oops.
I knew my math was off. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm so sorry I'm late. The water park kept me more than I wanted to be, but here I am eating an ice cream cone because it's what I had in the freezer right there. So hi.
Hey. Well, why don't we get into a little bit about your character and what you're thinking about doing, and also we did have a question of folks asking about what your characters also look like. So why don't you give a description of what you're thinking your character is going to look like for folks?
Cool. Do you want me to start with a little thing about me? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
of course. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Hi. So yes, I'm Connor. I'm actually going to be playing and bringing in one of my favorite off-the-shelf characters that I have played in other campaigns. And his name is Delta. He is a reborn monk. He follows the Way of Mercy subclass. I love the monk class. I think it is beautifully flawed, just like rangers are. But I'm a really big fan of the martial arts aspect. I really enjoy a lot of um, the difficulty of playing a more supportive role with a combat heavy class like that. Yeah, I love monks. But yeah, I'll be playing Delta. Are we allowed to talk about other games and stuff that we do in other places? Is that a thing that we
Sure. Yeah.
mention? Okay. I have a pretty in-depth backstory with Delta. Again, he is a character that I brought in from other campaigns, and so in our Between the Pros game over on Vibe Tribe, I'm playing Delta's girlfriend named Love, and so since I've been playing Delta for several years now, his main goal is to find Love. And now that I'm playing Love, her main goal is to find Delta. So I really enjoy their relationship. I enjoy playing them as characters individually. And then when they do get to cross paths between different games, I think it's very fun. I was a part of the A Walk Among Gods game that ran for a bit last season, and I had Delta in there. I'm very excited to put him into a roguelite game. Hades is one of my all-time favorite video games. I love the roguelite aesthetic. I love dungeon crawls and creating collaborative problem-solving type stuff. And with a Way of Mercy monk, I really enjoy the emphasis on healing that comes with that. I took the Lorehold student Strixhaven background to give me just a little bit of basically some utility cantrip. I took the light cantrip because it's my favorite of all time. Took the sacred flame cantrip because I need that sweet, sweet range damage. And for my cleric spell, I'm taking healing word just because it fits into the action economy of monks really well as a bonus action, and it's just that little boop on the nose to get people back in the fight, which I really enjoy. I'm not a power gamer. I don't really min max outside of my own like desire of just being useful. So I'm very excited. This has been an absolute whirlwind to be able to be a part of it. So yeah, that's my thing. And then Delta, he's a reborn, and so he looks like an undead cobbled together flesh golem because that's what he is. Less Frankenstein and a bit more of just like undead zombie style things. I usually like to have him have a glowing green eye that's indicative of a lot of my character work that I do throughout different characters in different games. I like to tie them together through color theory. So he's got his glowing green eye and he's very dead. He's just already dead. He's not afraid
I
of
think
dying.
he's dead, Jim.
Yeah, he's 100%. Yeah, no, it's yeah. So I'm really excited to bring him and his little bit of soggy grossness into this lovely game, and that's my stuff. So thank you.
Soggy grossness.
He's pleasantly
Soggy.
wet, like just a little drippy. He's fine.
There is no way to describe that.
Yeah. Nah, it's great. I think when I introduced him for A Walk Among Gods, I had it that he took off his Way of Mercy mask, and some of him stuck to the mask. In a little
Yeah,
bit.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that's a consistent thing. In my another game that I play that I've been playing Delta as in for several years now, he's just habitually very like he scratches his head and there's like a hole in his head and like ectoplasmic goop comes out. Yeah, just a little bit of horror to throw in there. But he's a sweet boy. He's a good boy. He's here for a good time and not necessarily a long time, but you know, he'll be fine.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time. How do you think he's gonna do with let's see. How do you think he would do well in an escape room type situation in like under that kind of pressure?
I think the way that I usually play Delta is he is negative charisma, negative or flat 0 intelligence, but a pretty decent wisdom score. So I think the instincts there of going with the vibe and working together as a group. I think that's a strength that he has, that he likes to lend that strength to others. But if you want him to do an investigation check, you're going to have to really spell out exactly what you're looking for, and there's no guarantees he's going to be able to find it. In terms of like clues and stuff, I think that's a nerf I like to put on myself a little bit, of having those low rolls or low scores. I love narrative failure, and I think failing your way through an escape room is a very viable way to get through an escape room. And if it involves wall running in circles around a square room, I think he's your boy and he's ready to go.
Good to know. Good to know. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for that description. We'll get back to you with a couple more as you get to know some of the other characters and what you think about what's going on. And as always, if you have any questions about how things are going to get run or about the world or whatever, feel free to ask. I will say one thing to you all, just as you're thinking about spells or abilities. I will say flat out, don't take Revivify, don't take any sort of resurrection spells. When you hit 0 hit points, you basically poof into dust and return back to the entrance. So there won't be any chances for any sort of reviving or anything like that. So when you hit 0, you reset. So I'm still trying to decide if I'm gonna do you all reset individually, or if I'm going to put a little bit of hard mode where if one of you die, you all reset. So going to think about that a little bit more. So we'll see. Cal, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your character looks like, and for Connor, just a really brief about your character again.
Yeah.
And real quick for Lisa's question about do you reset at your current level? When you reset, you will stay at your current level unless your progress has caused you to level up. So you don't lose levels or anything like that. So if you die at level 7, you'll return to the start at level 7, or you might return back at level 8. Depending on how far you've gone into in the lamp. So,
yeah, and also heads up, everyone, we got a stretch in the chat too.
Oh, yes, I saw that, and I think I'm just sleep deprived because I thought that said Screech, and I was really worried I was about to blow out everybody's eardrums. So. Sorry about that. Thank you for the stretch.
But just to kind of reiterate, since Connor was able to make, because I definitely get the work made Connor. My job does the same thing to me. But I'm playing Gortusk, a Minotaur Totem Barbarian. Gortusk will stand about. Don't want to put too much thought to how you looked yet. About, we'll say 6'7". Yeah, definitely gonna be on the taller side. Furs is gonna be like literally just jet black, and his horns are actually stained with those he's killed. Like there's some parts where it still comes through like somewhat white, but you'll see like blotches of like red or browns on there, just where it's literally stained the bone. And when it comes to clothing, he mainly just wears pants because he's like, nah, just I dare you to hit me.
I gotta ask the question.
Oh no!
You know what question always get with this. How does a Minotaur wear their pants? Is it only on the back hood? Is it only on the back legs, or is it under for 4 legs? How does this work?
I mean, he normally stands upright, so it'd be like any other pair of pants for him, just with a hole for his tail.
I just remember that there was this meme about people wondering about how this would wear pants. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like,
no, I know, because I saw someone's been doing that with Centaurs lately on TikTok. I forgot their handle, but his videos pops up every now and then.
Yeah. Fantastic. Caleb, how about your character?
All right, yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'm playing Chasseur Moncrief, College of Swords Bard. Like I said earlier, he's a bit dastardly and in a kind of, kind-hearted, good-hearted kind of way. He's never malicious or anything like that. For how he looks, he's a tiefling. He has pale blue skin and dark black eyes. If you were to look at them, they just kind of look like black orbs. He has like obsidian, like the horns that he has wrap around almost like a ram, like that. So they start like right here, wrap under and around the ears, and he has long black curly hair, really, really super curly. And as far as how he is dressed, I want you to try to imagine just the like 17th century cavalier style, with a big, wide brimmed hat, the feather coming out of it. I think Kel mentioned the mustache. He very much has like the curly Q mustache and the tiny soul patch right here. Some a nice leather cuirass that has been dyed crimson red, big poofy pantaloons, and long black boots that go up to his knees.
Awesome.
He always has his rapier at his side.
Fantastic. This is also helping me out a lot. I'm going to go back and take a look at some of these notes because I am cooking up a couple of, your tokens. Unless you have token artwork already for your character that you were thinking, I found somewhere where I can make really easy custom tokens for y'all. So it'll be fun. Lee, I know you're still thinking about what your character is gonna look like. Do you have any ideas or anything also that we can help with or brainstorm on?
Mainly, to be honest with you, this playing a bard will be completely new, so I'll probably need help with what they are allowed to wear. I do know she's going to be very vain and appearance conscious to an almost OCD-like level, which might be obnoxious at times, but she's a lady. What do you want? So
No,
she
that
would love
works.
Elena.
do what?
She would love Elena.
Oh,
Rico
yeah.
and Kel know who I'm talking about.
In Wind Riders, our one of our fellow players, whose character is Helena, loves the fashion and fabrics and such like that. So your characters would get along really well. And one of the things I like to say for characters for games like this is flavor is free. So if I don't want to put any sort of restrictions on like what your character is or isn't allowed to wear if it's the visual aesthetic. So however you want your character to look, feel free to explore and have fun with it. That even goes for when you think about if your character is wearing armor and such like that. Even if you're required to have certain types of armor, you can make that armor look however you want. So feel free. So be creative. Feel free to have fun with it. It's your character. So I don't like putting restrictions like that on players. I know there are DMs out there that are very stringent in what they're doing, and I'm like, no, have fun. This is your story as much as it is mine. So, Sarah, how about your character? What are you thinking for your character's aesthetics?
So, looks wise, very very basic to what most fallen Asmar are going to look like. You know, kind of that gleaming pearlescent skin, the white hair. But one of the things that I've added kind of as a bit of flavor for this one, I've written into her backstory that she was abandoned somewhere and raised kind of by a group of tieflings who didn't realize that what she was for a very long time. And when she becomes fallen, she ends up growing these horns that kind of circle around her head, almost like a halo, is like a sign of what she used to be. I think she's probably about 5'7", 5'8", and I imagine that her armor is just classic kind of leather armor, but tooled with these little like feather motifs throughout it as kind of a symbol of the wings that she used to have, but no longer has. And I think she takes a lot of pride in each like scuff mark on the armor that she's wearing. Like, she cares a lot about her appearance, but not in the same way where she's very obsessive about it, but more that each like mark and scar is kind of a sign of another battle that she's been through. And that's very important to her.
That's cool. I'm excited to see for that. And Old Wormslayer, how about your character?
Well, so that way Connor is familiar with what I'm playing. I am playing a Firbolg Inquisitive Rogue named Lava. And you and him will have something in common: low charisma and high wisdom. We are the negative charisma brigade here. Anyways, for Lava, I'm thinking like a darkish gray, almost black like skin with like bits of red in the shown in the hair, with fiery red eyes. Basically, he looks like he's walking lava. But even though he may look like he's some evil thing, he's not. He's more neutral, with tendencies to be good, since trying to be the voice of reason for the Minotaur. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking so far. And his armor is like red and black.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So, Connor, now that you've gotten a little bit of a preview into the rest of your party, that something that you did miss, since you are starting at level 5, you've been traveling and been in an adventuring party for quite some time. So when you're thinking about relationships with each other or any sort of interactions you might have, feel free to have fun with it. Mm-hmm. But what do you think about your companions so far? And who do you see like melding with? Who do you see I don't know. How are you how are you thinking with how your character is going to how Delta is going to interact with your fellow adventurers?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity for some very fun improv here. I think one of the things that I really enjoy about Delta as a character is that he gets along with pretty much everyone. Very, very just. I forgot to mention, I don't know if we're doing like alignments and stuff. Delta is definitely a chaotic good homie, and borderline on that chaotic neutral, like down for whatevs kind of thing. Delta loves his friends, and his adventuring party is always going to be the friends. And I think that's, I just think that there's a lot of really awesome opportunity here. In the backstory, there's a lot of emphasis on being raised in like a librarian style monastery. The quest for knowledge, the quest for like the ability to share that knowledge with others as needed and as they need it, and that exchange of just free information basically for everyone. I think teaming up with a bard, teaming up with a barbarian is both very within the let's see who sings the best, and it's going to be the bard, and let's see who arm wrestles the best, and it's going to be the barbarian. And Delta's always down to get thrown around and shown up, and he's there to support his friends. I think this is absolutely a wonderful cast of characters to really ingratiate there. The religious implications of hanging out with one of the fallen is absolutely awesome, especially raised by tieflings. I think that's really, really interconnective pieces there. A monk and a rogue hanging out, totally zero problems there. The whole team really just seems like a solid combination to really have some fun here. And Caleb, I cannot remember what class are you sporting?
I'm also a bard, but I think I'm going to be I'm a College of Swords bard, so I do have some spells, but I'm mostly going to be getting up close and personal.
Awesome. Yeah, I think there's so much opportunity for, I don't know, just everything. I'm excited. This sounds great. Going the whole round table was absolutely fantastic. I'm very excited.
Quick question: what size is your character? What size is Delta?
Oh, Delta is a medium humanoid. I really like to play him up as a very, very live and easily throwable type character. I typically stick with the medium zone. For that sweet level 4 feat option, I took Crusher, and so being a small is not quite as beneficial as being medium, so I can do a nice little
fair. I was trying to think if we could throw a wet fastball, essentially.
Yeah. The fastballs are just, I'm always down for that. I think I took athletics, not acrobatics, but if I get dinged up in the process, I'm a monk. I'm supposed to be flexible like that. I'm sure we could work out some combos. I think it'll be fun.
You toss them and it's like hawking a loogie.
Yep.
I was thinking more spitball, but yeah.
Yeah. See what sticks. It'll be great.
Yep.
Yeah. I think this is going to be absolutely wonderful. And a team with 2 bards is just I don't know. I love the idea of having at least 2 negative charisma and then 2 bards doing their bardic stuff. This seems like a really, really good combo of a lot of really solid support class. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and we were saying, because we have the College of Swords, and we'll have I think Leah's thinking College of Glamour, if I'm right. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So 2 very different flavors of bard as well, which is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love experimenting with fun stuff like that. I mentioned to everyone else, I'm going to be running an in-person campaign that is Oops All Bards. So that's going to be interesting. We're doing I found a really awesome module that's about a circus murder mystery, so that's gonna be a lot of fun to play. It's for a friend's birthday. Cool. So I guess one of the other things I kind of So as a little fun thing I'd want to do is would love for you all as a group talk about how did you end up here? More so, what kind of mission were you on when you found the lamp? Maybe even a little background, play off of each other of what happened. Who ultimately activated the lamp? Anything fun? Anything fun like that? Like, how did you end up in this situation where you all got teleported inside of this lamp together? Again, feel free to play off of each other and come up with ideas. I'd love to see what y'all would come up with and how this happened to y'all.
Oh yeah, no, 100% going to be where Gortusk was on to rub the lamp, whether he was egged on or not.
He was. Chaucer was definitely telling him touch it. Well, I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, and I can probably imagine like
Strong,
between
burly
Gortusk
man.
and Costume. Yeah, so I can imagine the whole interaction. It's like that bit where like they're both holding it and they're just pushing it back and forth between each other.
Where would one find a magic lamp?
So,
Wormling Dragon Nest?
I would say, and this is very much up to you all. Maybe you may have found it, you may have found it in a hoard of treasure that somewhere that you were exploring. Maybe it was a single piece of treasure that you found. Maybe you found it at a shop, or maybe somebody pawned it off on you. This is a piece of treasure that has been around for millennia at this point and has traveled all over Toril. It's traveled all over, and it could really turn up really anywhere. So
a crazy thought that has popped to my mind.
I think the funniest possible option is that.
Go right ahead.
Sorry. The funniest possible option to me would be that it's in some sort of archive or museum somewhere, specifically labeled with a sign that says, "Do not touch the lamp."
I see that.
So
Oh,
So who steals it?
No, go ahead, Lee.
I'm curious who steals the lamp to get it out of that museum.
I mean, it could have been we were hired to steal from the museum, maybe. Like someone wanted it for their private collection.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to go with the idea that it was something that I randomly stole, because, I'm a rogue. I tend to steal things.
It just happened to just jump into your bag one day.
Actually, if we did go with like the museum or even just someone's private collection that someone else wanted us to steal from, it could be the bit like, we take it off the pedestal and that's when the alarm triggers. And again, that could be like, again, I can imagine, especially with Chaucer trying to egg Gortusk on, of them doing the whole back and forth with it in their hands.
We're trying to get the other one to activate it, and in the process, our hands shifting over the lamp activates it.
At that point, it's a debate on who actually did it. That could be a good like RP for whenever there's we get to those kind of moments going like, this is your fault. No, it's your fault. This is your fault. No, it's your fault.
Fun. Yeah, because I'm thinking like kind of starting the story at that point when you actually activate the lamp and where you end up. Is there, and this is for, I guess, for my own mind of ideas, is there anything in particular you would be looking forward to or looking to see happen at some point? Like in a way of, are there certain types of encounters you're looking forward to, or is there a specific type of puzzle you're looking for, or what would excite you, both as a player or maybe even as a character with this campaign? I like ideas.
That's a interesting trap, so to speak. Could be like, doesn't matter who triggers it, but, and again, this could be based on whatever you're going based off of. Anyone with a score of a certain point can't actually do anything. So let's say, for example, we triggered a trap and this is more of a brains and brawn solution. It may be like Gortus just gets literally can't even move because his strength just gets so dwindled.
Okay.
Or if it's or intelligence, like those with certain intelligence where they get knocked down to where they're almost incoherent in terms of what they say. So they have to like figure out another way to tell us like how to solve the puzzle.
In other words, they become Gortusk.
Again, Gortusk has a 10 in intelligence. He's average.
That's more than Delta.
Okay, we become Delta.
There you go.
Pretty sure that stat lowering thing is a mechanic in Tomb of Annihilation. I think there's.
I haven't run through that module, so I didn't know that.
There's one room I think that like if you don't do something correct, like anybody who enters this one room, their intelligence gets lowered to like 1.
Yeah, like literally just before the point that they would die from it.
Mm-hmm.
I played both versions of that.
I really love like murder mystery games, the puzzle games, the box games, and so on and so forth. I almost think it would be entertaining if we started trying to solve the mysteries of all the dead bodies that I'm assuming we're probably going to come across in that lamp from people who failed before us. And how did this one die? Maybe we should figure that out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
stupid, but entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm visualizing
another one.
Groundhog Day type thing where each time we die and reset, we remember everything we did, and we have to figure out where we went wrong.
Yeah, that's very roguelike.
Yeah. That is very much like there are a few of these rooms that are very much there's a few rooms that it's just you just gotta figure out how to get out, and then somewhere it's like one step and okay, you reset.
Actually, I just saw something go off Lee's idea, the murder part. One room, we find our own dead bodies, and we have to figure out how did we die in the future to not die now.
Mm-hmm.
Or who in the party killed us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, because you remember how in Returnal, because that was a roguelike that was on the PS5, you would actually come across your own body.
That's horrifying.
I would be down for an Among Us murder mystery. Like, I've been dying to play Among Us again. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I'd be totally down for that.
Oh my god, I wanted a one shot for another time. Like that would actually be so much fun to run. Is like a actual like Among Us type murder mystery.
Yeah,
I did an Among Us offshoot, like a single session of Monster of the Week, and it worked so well with like the built-in playbook skills and stuff.
Monster of the Week is like a really good one for that.
Yeah, it was just it fit in, it dropped in there perfect, it played through the entire session. It was you like murder mysteries, solving those like environmental puzzles like that. That's I'm on the Lee bandwagon with that one. That's fantastic.
What would also be interesting is if there was a room where I'm not sure if you younger people are familiar with this movie, but Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
So we'd all accidentally switch.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I did that as Lisa and Nick in the chat can attest to. I did that in like our 3rd episode of our game.
Ooh, that could be fun. Just like, hey, switch character sheets, have fun.
Yeah, like I said, we did that for the Stargate game, and that worked really well because it was also our Friday the 13th episode.
Just really quick, and I am more, and this is just a curious in terms of what I can and can't tell you right now. Do any of your characters have keen mind or something similar like that as a feat, or as like as an ability for your characters currently set up? No. Cool. Anywho, moving on. What? I guess next question I would have: what do you think what part of this type of mechanics would be your character's downfall?
I can definitely attest. If you give me as a player and me as my character the opportunity to like spam run into the same like physically run into the same spike pit over and over and over again and reset and reset and reset and reset, it is a recurring nightmare of mine / daydream to get stuck in a time loop, and I will abuse that so much to just be able to like, oh, we don't like this run, that's fine, dead. Snap the own deck, Peter Griffin style. Reset.
You want a Groundhog Day?
Yeah, no, like straight up, like that's, I think narratively that is one of my favorite story tropes, and the ability to have that be a game mechanic, no matter which direction it goes in, right? Whether that's like as a single character of like, oh no, that's a dragon. Well, I'm out, gone, or like, okay, there's only 3 of us left. I really think we could get through it, or we could just kind of thing, right? I don't know. I just think that I think that is such a cool mechanic. It's what drew me into this of like, this is the best kind of like mechanic abuse scenario to have a short shot with characters that like my character is not afraid of dying because he is already dead. That's like the joke built into the character of you can't kill me, I'm already dead. Dies anyway. Oh no. I so excited.
Okay.
He's got a bit of the case of the Chumbawamba.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yes. All of that is just perfect.
Awesome. All right. Note to self: drop a random adult dragon.
Do it. I'll remember this moment, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, and actually, that made me just think of like the Supernatural episode where they were reliving, where it's like random accidents happen that kills like Dean throughout the episode.
Yep.
So I was like, you just go open like there's not even a trap inside, that just out of nowhere it's like fate played a hand, so to speak.
In the shower, slip, wake up. Yeah, that's Palm Springs. If nobody has seen Palm Springs, I love that movie. It is absolutely great. It's the similar kind of trope, and it's just such a wonder to me. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the world for it. I love the lore and the mechanics of it and the questions about it. Groundhog Day is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to mention the sci-fi movie Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah,
same concept. Because I thought one thing that I thought of is because he's also stuck in a time loop. Every time he dies, he gets reset to the start of this one day. And middle of the movie, he's training with Emily Blunt, and he like breaks his leg, and she's aware of how it works. So she just goes over there, pulls out a gun, and just pops him right in the head. Go ahead and reset it. I can see that happening.
Or like a different type of movie. Happy Death Day.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one about just a serial murder, but you're the only victim.
Well, and from like a game mechanic too, I really got deep into Hades during like post-COVID time, and I love that game, and I got so deep into the zone of if I don't have the best setup for the boons, then I'll just tank myself once I get to once I get to a point where like I can't make this run really like combo the way I want. It's easier for me, as well as like role playing in the lore, to just off a ledge, done, reset back to the top. And it just like, I think there's a mechanical benefit there that can be used both as an emphasis to make sure that we pursue the most perfect run we can, but also like, nope, not gonna do. Time to like, we might as well just dip out. We're 2 chambers in, we're whatever. It's time to whoop and loop through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So also, Lee, your idea.
I think you're muted.
Yeah, so it's kind of nasty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Keep trying to make things better. something else gets worse every time.
See, and this is why, like, so the module suggests that if you're running this as a one shot, you just put everybody at level 15 and have them run through it. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to level y'all up. I want to see you grow and decide on what you're going to take or what you're going to do based on what you're experiencing. The idea is that in the lamp is a completely separate universe. So once you finally escape the lamp, you're back to wherever you were when you first entered it. So it's like, all right, this is a fun little mini game where we can play around with stuff. So, but yeah. How about anyone else? What do you think your downfall in terms of this type of mechanic would be?
Oh Lord. Yeah, I think Mags would be really, really, really unhappy if we go through a whole bunch of chaos and puzzles only to find there is no treasure. That would not fly very well. Mm-mm.
I think the end treasure is pretty freaking sweet. I will
So
tell
you
you
say.
this.
So you say.
So I say, and
Mhm.
you're given what your the genie, the Djinn of the lamp is still in the lamp. They're just like trapped. The Djinn will tell you exactly what they will give you in exchange of freeing them. So, but I think this might be pretty sweet. I know I would think so.
I'll say that Chaucer is also very monetarily minded. So a promise of a sweet reward will always motivate him to get stuff, to do stuff that he may otherwise not want to do.
Yeah. And the idea is if this was part of like a bigger campaign where you would be going in and out of this lamp throughout a campaign, there are certain things you wouldn't be able to take out of the lamp and such like that. But there are plenty of rewards and loot and items that you will be able to take out. So if you were to continue the campaign, hey, you might end up with a +1 weapon or a new item or things like that. So,
Or a genie in a bottle. What?
A millennia-old genie that has been captured for this long and has its magic drained. Sure, that is, you go for that.
I think for Gortusk, just the way before I describe them, I think that would be kind of detrimental / a fear for them would be probably something they couldn't accomplish on their own. I mean, like strictly from a strength perspective too. Like obviously he knows there's some things he will not be able to do, and he'll use anyone around in that part. But in a matter of strength, yeah, nah. If he feels like he's getting weaker.
Interesting.
I don't like how you said that.
No, it's interesting because again, I know exactly what you're gonna be running into, but it's also like, huh, cool. There might be something really fun for you.
Oh fuck.
You handed it right to him. You can't really blame him.
or you may have fallen right into a trap that I set already.
Very true. Very true.
See?
So I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are a few things y'all are talking about that you may run into, and then a couple of things that I'm like, oh, they're probably gonna get through this really quickly. Okay, cool. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see.
Or jokes on us, they were already there in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought something that could be even worse.
Cool.
Keep my mouth shut on the worst part though. I ain't giving ideas on that one.
Always. Well, okay. This is a written module.
Oh, I know. I was making jokes.
So there are some things that I'm not gonna be able to do or mess around with, but I'm just getting to know y'all, and you never know when I might pop up in this Dungeon Master chair again.
Oh yeah. No, the thing I was talking about, because I was joking on the whole not saying it, the reverse AC stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or I'll
Oh
just
yeah,
throw.
me suddenly have an AC of 41. What?
Oh, yeah. Or maybe y'all fall into a pit and it gets infested with rust monsters, and then
Yay for wearing leather!
And yay for wearing nothing.
Yeah.
You gonna rust my wisdom? Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yay for being the naked man. What?
God.
Awesome. Anyone else? Anyone else have maybe something that they might not be looking forward to, but will still be fun to encounter? I should put it that way. Is that it's like, yeah, this would be frustrating, but this would also be fun.
I keep thinking about when I was playing Baldur's Gate, like my first run through, and I get so hyper focused on playing it that I don't want to go back and readjust my attempt. Like, I don't want to go back and be like, okay, this isn't working, I need to do something else. And I think that's something that me and my character have in common, where we're just going to keep like I don't care if it's not working, I'm going to keep doing it until it does work, because I'm insane.
I mean, a dungeon like this where you're dying and reborn, it sounds like the definition of insanity to me. So why not add more?
Effectively, we're all going to be reborn by the end of this. Not just Connor.
Firsties, but yeah. I think a potential scary thing would be PvP with this group. I think that would, like, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, and I'm not saying it's not a fun narrative idea, but I think that if we want to go the, like, if there is like a environmental PvP, like forced PvP in that kind of regard, I think that would be a really cool, awesome narrative thing that I would also dread, in the same way that, like, I don't know, like, I do things that I don't necessarily want to do all day long, and I think that would be a thing that is somehow in the happy zone of a thing I don't want to do, but I'd be super excited for if it came up with like a narrative attachment to it. I just think that'd be really cool.
I think it would be too.
Yeah, well, you can't leave the room, so you only have a certain number of people.
Yeah. I just think that would be a really awesome, like,
now it's all.
Yeah, like it's if we're gonna go with a little bit of those horror tropes and like chamber after chamber after chamber kind of move, I think that's a cool option to be able to do.
Oh yeah, I think so too. And yeah, no, and in a place like this where it's like you have to figure out a different way to do it. Although when you think about PvP in this, if you end up that'd be interesting, because if you end up killing somebody, then it resets.
Yeah. So like, if the rules are bent for a room, I don't want to give you ideas, but like you go into a room and that chamber is different,
Or maybe it's more of a compulsion to fight each other.
Right.
And then you have to figure out how to get rid of that compulsion so you'll actually survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Or also on that part, it doesn't even have to be like where the whole party is affected. It could be, two players are randomly selected, and the rest of the party has to figure out how to end the effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I rolled the d6 to figure out who it is, and it lands on you, and it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you just got to run away.
If you can, I don't know. I think there's a lot of really awesome like options there that could be, I think, a really cool In one of my games that we've been playing, we just had like a friendly PvP arena session a
Yeah.
couple of like weeks ago. That was like, and we're level 15, or we were 15 at that point. We were like, it was just so really awesome to constructively fight each other in an arena environment. Like we were able to do cool stuff that like we don't normally get to do based off of like action economy and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it was really awesome,
Well-
and it was so gratifying to be able to like, I know I'm playing my monk character, and I like going up against the barbarian, and he like took me out. But being able to like have that kind of fun narratively of like our characters are going off of each other, it was just, it's gonna be one of my most cherished like TTRPG memories ever. Like it's just fantastic. But I think that it is really what really opened up my eyes to like constructive PvP, where it's not like I hate you as a player and so I'm gonna fight you in this game, but like having a narrative reason behind it is such a cool way to bring in an unexpected or like taboo element in the tabletop world into like something that is used frequently in like multiplayer games from like gaming systems and stuff. I really think like that's awesome. I'm just excited.
Yeah, and one thing too to kind of go on that part too to kind of help either narrow the pool or to kind of make it more interesting too is if you do a room like that, you can have everyone roll like a wisdom saving throw, and then you randomly choose among those who failed. And if only one person failed, well, hey, there's the person you're picking.
Yeah, or whoever decides to press the button.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it would be Gortusk though potentially.
I'm going to apologize in advance. Kel, if we are forced to kill each other, you're going to be the first for me.
Yeah, because you can't kill me.
It's quite simply because you're the barbarian. Take out the biggest threat, then you take out the healer.
Yeah. But it depends on how fast you can do it before I rage.
Mm-hmm.
I shared a silly video in the Discord, but having a situation where there's someone we need to rescue, but they keep sabotaging their own rescue, so we have to keep going back and repeating it.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
because we all know those NPCs that do that.
I just had the thought cross through my mind because of playing like things like Hades or Enter the Gungeon. It's just like we go through so many runs and we end up going through the same room, and we're just like, oh God, it's this room, not again, or thank God it's this room.
Yeah.
maybe you could turn a room from an oh God this room into okay great this room. There might be a puzzle to help you with that. You never know.
The difference between the first, second, and third time you go through it.
Yep. The don't press the button becomes yes, press the button.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. So we are gonna actually wrap up here in just a moment. First off, I'm going to say I love what we're coming up with for this, both in terms of your backgrounds, your characters. Again, for the next, I'll be around, obviously, to help out with any questions you might have, any thoughts. We'll set up some time to play around with the VTT a little bit so you can get used to using it and the intricacies of it. Get to cast some spells on each other just for fun. Watch the chaos unfold. And then I'm gonna say in a couple weeks we'll return here for our True Session 1. This is gonna be fun. So for the final time, why don't we go around? We're gonna go in reverse order this time. Again, introduce yourself. Pronouns, where folks can find you besides here. And again, what are you excited about most now that you've known the other characters? Now that you know a little bit about how the game's going to work. What are you most excited about? So we'll get started with Old Wormslayer.
Hey everybody, I'm Old Worm Slayer. You will find me here on Monday playing Gath Alfredian, Wind Riders of Aria. And in 2 weeks from today, playing Lava, the Magma Furbolg. I'm looking forward to playing with everybody and seeing how the chaos unfolds.
Fantastic. Sarah.
I'm Sarah. I'm playing Isena, a warlock. I don't really have any social media specific to this type of stuff, so I guess I should make some. And yeah, I'm really excited for kind of the roguelite aspect and the complex puzzles and escape room type stuff. And also, I don't ever get to play in games with my husband, Caleb, so this will be really fun too to play off of each other.
Did we forget to mention that?
I actually think you did. I knew, but awesome.
Oopsie.
Awesome. Lee.
Yeah, hey, you can call me Lee, you can call me Jess, whatever you want to call me. Thrift Store Horror 22 on TikTok and Instagram. I don't do much on there right now except for share tarantula videos. And in about a month, you'll get to see our lovely Will play Macbeth in one of my online theater groups' version of Southern Fried Macbeth. So that will be posted as soon as it's ready to go.
That sounds awesome. I can't wait.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Fantastic. Caleb.
Yeah, my name's Caleb. I also don't really have socials to share. Maybe I should make some. I have a very, I don't know, cringy Twitter account, but that's about it. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Chaucer Moncrief, the Tiefling Bard, and just really excited here in a couple weeks to get things started. It's a very different thing I haven't seen done before in, D&D or tabletops, so really interested to see how it turns out.
Awesome. Excited. Kel.
Now for my monologue. Nah, you guys can, because again, I'm Kel, also as a Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me on Twitch and TikTok under the same. Playing Gortusk, who's going to be our totem barbarian, so that's going to be really fun. Why am I drawing a blank now? Anyway, like I said, you find me on Twitch and TikTok. Every Monday, you can find me here on the Halfling Wizards channel for either Wind Riders of Aria, which will be this upcoming Monday, where you'll see me with Riku and Slayer, as well as we are getting into escape room ourselves on that one, using the new TTRPG system Surge. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a link in the chat directly to Warp Tree Productions page. It's completely free. Take a look at it. It's a really fun system. We've been having a blast, especially me and Riku here when it came to the melee combat. That was beautiful.
Yeah, you're making me throw up.
I didn't make. Oh wait, yeah, I did because I used toxin on you. That's right. Anyway, but you can also find me on the opposite Mondays, same channel for Leia Origins, which is a D&D 5e campaign set at Will's homebrew world of Orleia, which we left off on a good cliffhanger. Then on this Friday, you can find me over on the Dinner Game for the Walking Dead TTRPG I'm part of, Jazz Funeral, where we're dealing with the Reclaimed. And if any of y'all know about Walking Dead, the Reclaimed ain't fun. And then on the opposite Fridays, you can find me on my own channel for a Stargate 5e campaign, where we are still dealing with the consequences of people's actions, especially once you choose to interrogate someone without permission. And then if you actually want to play catch up for that, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is also on my link tree, same with my Twitch, TikTok, and my Discord server. So you guys can stay up to date on the campaign there as well. Like I said, monologue.
And what are you excited about for this?
To see over, like, that's what I hate having so much to say. Excited about, it's just seeing the dynamic of what's going to happen as we actually get into this. Especially when it comes to, again, having like the whole devil and angel and Gore-Tusk shoulders, but also saying like, wait, there's something tough at the end of this? Hell yeah, type mentality that Gore-Tusk's probably going to have when they hear that, what they have to go through.
Awesome. And finally, Connor.
Yay, that's me. Hi, I'm Connor. I'll be playing Delta, the Reborn Way of Mercy Monk. You can find me on Vibe Tribe Productions. I am currently in Gaia Chronicles, which is every other Monday. We just had a game 2 days ago, because 2 days ago was Monday. And I'm still figuring out what time is, but 2 days ago was definitely Monday. So we have Gaia Chronicles with Dungeon Mistress Erica running that one. You can find me in Between the Pros, which is every other Sunday, which is run by my sibling. Very exciting game. That's where I'm playing Love, who is Delta's girlfriend, who I'll save the lore for that for later. You can also find me in El Juego, which is run by Adolfo, the nerdy Puerto Rican. That is one Sunday a month. Our next game is Sunday, June 23rd. I feel like there's more, but I can't remember what they are. But please subscribe to the Vibe Tribe stuff. You can find me over there. I am most excited for the mechanical aspects of a roguelike dungeon crawl. I think it's going to be really fun. I think it's going to lead to a lot of hijinks. And with this group, it seems like it's going to be a really, really good time. So yeah, collaborative storytelling is my favorite, and this seems to be a really good place for that. So yeah.
Awesome. And again, I'm Riku. I am your dungeon master for this adventure. You can find me on social media as Pup Riku or Puppy Riku. All depends on what app you're on. You search for either, you'll find me. You can find me here on the Halfling Wizard channel for Wind Riders of Aria on every other Monday. Again, we are playing this coming Monday. And then on the opposite Mondays, I'm actually playing Gaia Chronicles over with Connor. If my internet actually decides to work on a Monday for once. I wasn't able to play this past week because construction knocking out my internet. Yay.
Your character made me throw up on Monday. But I'll tell you about that later.
Now you can't hold that on me because I know that about your character now, whether you were there or not.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. I play a mountain giant of sorts for that character. It's a lot of fun. It's very Final Fantasy themed as well, so it's really cool. And that's on opposite Mondays of Wind Riders. As I like to tell folks, you can have Halfling Wizards channel up on one screen and Vibe Tribe Productions on the other screen and watch both of our campaigns at once on Mondays. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, and besides that, I'm very excited about this group of folks. There's half of you I have not met before, and this is going to be our first time getting to play. Half of you I've played with before, and I've always enjoyed it. And seeing this mix of people is something that I really enjoy, and bringing people together for stories like this. I am also really, really excited about seeing how you handle a lot of these rooms and a lot of these puzzles, and adding to my data of how different types of people handle different types of situations. So I'm super, super excited about that. And I'm excited for all of you out there to come watch us in this crazy, crazy game, as well as being able to kick off the Codex Chaoticum. Really excited, and I'm really excited to see what other one-shots and short-shots we can see bringing on this channel. Make sure you join the Discord for Halfling Wizard Productions to get involved and get to know us even more. So that about wraps it up for us today. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back here in a couple weeks. Got a few more things to set up with everybody else here throughout the next couple weeks, and I look forward to getting I'm excited to killing you over and over and over and over and over again. No,
Joke's on you. I'll kill myself.
This is the only time I can say that as a DM and not feel toxic about wanting to kill my players, because at least there's benefit from it this time. So, so really excited to play this all and take you all on this journey. And we will see you again in a couple weeks. Have a great night.
Thanks for joining us for this Vibe Tribe Halfling Wizard production. Make sure to come back again soon to see what happens next. Right here, where adventure comes to life.